Hey everyone, this is Lanny with Snake River Canine. Meet my buddy Frida. Frida is participating in our unique and amazing puppy training program, and he's doing so awesome. He's such a sweet boy, so stay tuned to check out his progress. Alright, so we're going to start off Frida's video by working on some leash work. You can see him working on some sit on stops and also laying down next to me in the heel position. So this is just some of our basic obedience that we do on leash. Now Frida is one of our lower energy puppies. He's very, very sweet. He does love training, but sometimes he is just a little bit more laid back. You can see in this training video, he's not overly excited. He's pretty chill. And so him and I are both moving slower. One thing that we have to do in our training program is to adapt our training to each individual puppy. It's pretty easy to learn how to teach a dog to sit or down or spin, any sort of trick, but it is a lot harder to learn how to tailor a training program to a variety of dogs, because I will tell you that each individual dog has its own individual personalities, and we really learn a lot from working with a variety of puppies and a variety of personalities. Now right here, I'm working with Frida on having him stay in the down position while I move back and forth. And I wanted to show this just to show our viewers that this is a stage in our training. And Frida, right at first, was not very comfortable staying in that down position while I was moving back and forth. That's something that happens early on. Generally, when we move around, our puppies want to move out of their positions. So I wanted to show this. I'm actually going to speed it up a little bit because it's kind of slow going, but I wanted to show you the process that I went through to help Frida be comfortable in staying in that position as I moved back and forth. You can see here in a minute, after a few repetitions, I could tell that the whole process was too much for him, and I wanted to break it down just a little bit. So you'll see me here in a minute break it down to smaller and smaller steps, and by the end of this little fast forwarded clip, you'll get to see him actually doing what I wanted him to do. So you can see that as I step back each time, Frida wants to get up and move out of position. So here is where I change it up a little bit. I decided to just break it down. You could see that when I broke it down a little bit further, he still stood up. So we're going to break it down even more. I'm just doing one step out. In fact, moving my feet just a little bit. You can see each time I reward him, he also gets a click. As an indication. I know the sound's not on, you can't hear me in the background, but I'm not doing a lot of talking. I don't talk a lot to the puppies. I do tell them, good or yes as positive reward commands, as well as food treats, but generally for our reminders, I'm not saying a whole lot. So you can see that he got it there, and I was very proud of him for getting that. And here's Frida on our training bed here. He's going to show off some of his basic obedience up on the training bed, and this is more his thing. It's a little bit harder for them to lay down on the concrete, so they do like to lay down and stay in the stay position a lot better when they're on the training bed or on a softer surface. So for example, if we're in the house, we'll grab a carpet or a rug or something else that's just a little bit easier for them to lay down on and stay on. Now generally, since Frida is a lower energy puppy, usually our lower energy puppies are really awesome at their stays, and so he generally does really great at his stays in place. You can see right here, he is learning to shake, and he's so cute when he does it. He's very gentle with his paw when he puts it on my hand, and that just shows a little bit more about his really sweet demeanor. So during this training session, we are practicing sit, down, stay, spin, touch, up and off, as well as shake. And like I said, I don't do a whole lot of talking when I'm working with the puppies. I will say the command that I want them to do, but the way that we train our progression is more a luring technique. So the puppies learn the voice cues after they learn the hand signals more so. We introduce them in combination, but generally the puppies respond to our hand commands a lot more than our voice cues. And then that's something that we build on over time, and consistency helps them understand voice cues. And then we actually will wean off the hand signals over time, over a several month process. If we were to keep a puppy for several months, that would be the process that we would do in our training. And right here, I'm working with Frida on learning to touch these little bells. This is generally used in a potty training routine, though we have not found it successful when working with multiple puppies in a potty training routine. So we don't incorporate this in our daily life, but it is something that is really good to kind of challenge them, to teach them to target an object. And so this is something that our clients could use when they bring their puppies home. If they wanted to use this potty training bell, you can also use it as an alert. And then also you can teach the dog to target a variety of things, not just the bells, but different things. And that would be something that a dog in a service dog capacity would be utilizing. You can see Frida here, it took him a few tries. He was kind of looking at me like, what do you want? And then he figures it out, and it's funny. Sometimes it'll take him a few times to figure it out. Sometimes it'll take him even 2 or 3 or 4 sessions before they really figure it out. And then once they figure it out, they're going after the bells just one time after another, and they go very quickly. Once they figure it out, you can see the light bulb moment in their eyes. So Frida is still kind of trying to figure out what I want, but he kind of understands it. You'll see towards the end that he is more rapid on targeting those bells. Now, I actually like working with instances where we're asking the puppies to sort of figure something out on their own. It works a different part of their brain than when we do the luring. And you can see here, he's looking at me hoping that I will indicate to him to do something. And I'm kind of waiting him out a little bit, and I want him to think on it his own and do a little independent thinking. Like I said, it uses a different part of the brain, and it teaches them different skills when they have to figure out a problem on their own. And even if it takes a little while, then, I'm fine with waiting for him. I don't always have to indicate to him every time he needs to do something. So you can see he's kind of got it figured out. Now, since we work with puppies full time, we found some really awesome training aids, treats, food, and other dog products that we absolutely love. If you're interested in finding out what those products are, you can check out the links in the description for more information on our favorite dog products. For more information on our unique and amazing puppy training program, or to see our current and available puppies in training, please visit our website at www.snakerivercanine.com.